will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard.
This is treason. This is treason. This is insurrection. This is rebellion. Period. I have heard people looking at small protests in Portland, Oregon, where people were tear gassed, beaten, kidnapped. And they said, no. Whatever you do to those protesters is okay, because we have to have law and order. We have to have law and order. This is rebellion. It is treason. It is lawlessness. It is unacceptable.
January 6th insurrection, the day Donald Trump incited a mob to attack the U.S. seat of government and prevent the peaceful transfer of power.
That attack, that siege, was criminal behavior, plain and simple, and it's behavior that we, the FBI, view as domestic terrorism. That's why the FBI has been working day and night across the country to track down those responsible for the events of January 6th and to hold them accountable.
I will never co-sign on funding a police department that continues to brutalize us. And I will never stop saying, not only do we need to disinvest in police, but we need to completely dismantle the Minneapolis Police Department.
Third precinct here, there are fires burning to the left of it at the wine and liquor store on your left, but back in the back of the precinct, you are hearing people throwing things against the walls, against the glass, against anything they can. And now the fire alarm, you'll see it flashing inside of the third precinct. Behind the third precinct, just behind it, is a fire that is billowing and has been going for a few minutes now, really strongly. But you hear people cheering every time they get through one of the windows there with whatever it is they're throwing. It sounds like they're throwing, you can see pieces of concrete. There's someone climbing up the wall right now of the back of the third precinct, kicking the window in, trying to climb up the wall. People are trying to get in the building. We're listening to people say that they're trying to get into the building. There is now a person who, excuse me, sir, there is now a person who is going and trying to get physically into the third precinct there at the bottom of the precinct. Now, at the very top of the precinct on the other side, there were police officers who were inside of that. The fires are getting closer and closer and closer to the third precinct. That is the wine and spirit store, the Minnehaha wine and spirit store here. That is on fire on the other side. But you're also seeing now smoke billowing from inside of the third precinct. You see that white smoke billowing outside of that, and you also see that fire alarm going off. Now, we know that there were officers in there not too long ago, so we're not sure of the status of how many officers are still inside or if they have evacuated yet, but we do know that just earlier there were officers standing on top of that roof, about 5 or 6 of them, who were throwing down all manner of things to try to separate the protesters. But now you are actually seeing smoke that is coming out of the third precinct.
Sarah, where are the police?
You see the fire? We don't know. We are not seeing police out here right now. We have been seeing them standing on the top of the third precinct. That's where they have been throwing things down, trying to keep people from breaching. But now there are no police. There is no police presence. And Josh talked about that earlier.
We aren't all in the same place on what form protest should take, what it should look like, and how explicit its purpose should be. This summer's protests, triggered ostensibly by the killing of George Floyd, but really a continuation and culmination of a years-long effort against police violence against black people, has been at sometimes violent. Nobody protests nothing. There's something beneath these protests that those who hold the power don't want to hear. And as long as the underlying causes are not heard and continue, The protests grow louder, and unfortunately, they turn violent sometimes as the powerless struggle to find voice and be heard. I've said it before, and I'll say it here again. This country was founded not through peace, but through violence.
Black Lives Matter activists stormed the Oklahoma State Capitol yesterday, and as you can see, they got in, forcing the House of Representatives into lockdown. The anger is over Republican bills which increase penalties for protesters who block traffic.